everyone.
Good morning.
Good morning or good afternoon.
Good morning.
If you're on the afternoon shift. I don't know what day it is. Is it still April? Anyway, good morning, good afternoon. Grab your coffee, get a glass of wine, whatever you feel like doing, because we're going to make some Nutty Banana Brownies. Say hi to Mark.
Morning. I'm just getting a cup of coffee.
Yeah, so here we are in our kitchen. We're in Brentwood, Los Angeles, and it's kind of cloudy today, so it's a nice day for baking. And I've been reading so much about banana bread. Everybody these days who's doing so much more grocery shopping is having a stockpile of bananas, and so apparently the banana bread has gone crazy. And I gotta admit, I have made banana bread myself this week. I made quite a few loaves. I had some gift baskets left over. So, hey, I can't take this call right now. Sorry, can't talk. I'm live. Hello. Anyway, so yeah, I had to make a bunch of banana breads, and I did some variations. Being in California, I love to use almonds and walnuts, so I did that with one of my banana nut breads. And then, because I was feeling wild, I added coconut and chocolate chips to another batch. So yeah, I've used my fair share of banana bread recipes and variations. And I've had my share of smoothies. And right before I went live, no joke, I was like, I'm kind of hungry. I'm going to have a banana. Anyway, so here we are today. And I just want everyone to know that the recipe that I'm going to be sharing is already a live link on my website. So you can go to sleepersgourmet.com and go underneath the blog, and you will find the Nutty Banana Brownie recipe. So follow along and bake along. I hope you're going to be baking along. I see I got a couple people. I'm new to this, so I'm not sure if I'll be able to respond if I get questions or anything like that. But I'll do my best to respond and react. And anyway, let's get this thing going. All right. So what we have that we're starting with are everybody's browning bananas. Now, in my opinion, these are actually perfect bananas for eating, because I have always liked my bananas on the browner side. And that's my natural choice, but I want to tell you a little bit about bananas while we're doing this. It's actually, there's a really good reason for enjoying a banana when it's browning. Because, bananas, as you know, are chock full of potassium, vitamin 6, B6, and so many antioxidants. Well, what happens when the banana is actually ripening, it is increasing those antioxidants and concentrating those and getting those into your system. It's a really good thing for your body because they're anti-inflammatory. And especially during this time, I'm hoping that all of you out there are well. All of you out there are staying, healthy with your eating in between, potato chips and all the other crazy things we're eating more of these days. But keep your health and your vitamins up, and try to get used to enjoying your bananas more in this state rather than here's my other bananas. They've still got they've still got their antioxidants and their vitamins, but they're just not quite as concentrated. And it's just not my favorite way to eat bananas. But I will tell you, in like 1 or 2 days before these go super brown, these will make excellent banana pancakes. So if this going bananas thing goes well, I'll be back and showing you how to make some amazing banana pancakes from home. But moving along, so those are my bananas. Now, the other thing about a brown banana that that helps so much and why we always use it for baking is that they're easier to work with. They're easier to mash. They're easier to incorporate into the rest of your ingredients. So keep that in mind. And if you're not going to use them right away, make sure that you freeze them, because once a banana gets completely brownish black, it's not bad, by the way. It's just completely ripe. And to preserve any bit of its nutrients, you want to freeze it at that point. Oh, wait, I have a question in the back.
Is it better to take the skin off and put them in a bag before you freeze them, or just put them in the freezer with the skin on?
That's a debate that's been going on in my household for a very long time. And I have to say that I do both. It's much easier to use them instantly, like for smoothies and things like that, if you take the skin off first. But sometimes I just put them in their skin and save the plastic, and then let them sit on the counter for a half hour and soften before I use them for baking or doing whatever I'm going to do. So anyway, I hope that's helpful. All right, so let's see here. So my oven's hot. You got to start this recipe. Make sure your oven's hot. Turn it on to 350 degrees. And make sure your rack is in the center of the oven. And then we're going to need to get our ingredients together. Now, you can't see them, but here they are. Here's my ingredients. Have everything prepped to make it easier. Oh my God, somebody's talking to me. Okay, let me respond. I'm going to say, go bananas, Kristen. Okay, that's all I can do right now because I'm just, doing this, winging this thing here. But anyway, yeah, grab your bananas and let's make brownies. Okay, so this recipe is so different from my typical brownie recipe. It doesn't have any eggs. There's no milks or anything like that. And what I found when I made it, I've already made it twice, so this will be my third time making it today with you guys. I found that the bananas with the flour, that's the emulsifiers. So it gives such a nice texture. It's a little bit dense, but I love an ooey, really chewy, rich brownie. So to me, this was a great find. I'm so glad, in my more time than usual with Google, I was able to just have this idea pop into my head, like, I wonder if anybody's ever made banana brownies. And turns out they have. And I found 2 recipes, and the one that I have actually modified is the one I'm sharing today, and it's amazing. It has cocoa, bananas, sugar, vanilla, salt, and butter, and flour, and peanuts. And so it's most of the items I think that all of you have around your house. And if you don't, as I move along through this, I am going to offer some improvs because, all the grocery stores, as you know, it's hit or miss. Some of them will be fully stocked and have everything that you want, and others are like, slim pickings. My grocery store yesterday was really, really wiped out at about 4 o'clock yesterday afternoon, and this store never looks that way. So anyway, I'm shouting out to Ralph's because I love Ralph's, and I shop there regularly for my home groceries. And what?
It's Kroger. Also,
the peanut gallery. Can everyone hear the peanut gallery in my house? It's a good thing I'm doing a nutty brownie recipe because I truly live in the peanut gallery. But anyway, Ralph's is part of Kroger's. So for all of you on the East Coast who shop at Kroger's, you're shopping and getting, pretty much the same items that I'm getting here in California at Ralph's. So anyway, back to my recipe. Now, the first thing that we're going to need to do is get our pan. So if you have a baking pan, this is, they say it calls for 9 by 9, which would be a square, but I use this rectangle Pyrex that I've been using for 30 years or more, and it's going to work just fine for this recipe. But if you have a square, go ahead and feel free to use it. First thing we're going to do is prep this container. Now, in my recipe, I say that I want you to prep it with 1 tablespoon of softened butter and then cover it with a little bit of cocoa. If you don't want to use butter, just spray it with Pam. It will be fine. That's my first tip for you. But anyway, let me get a little piece of plastic because I don't want to get my hands all dirty while I'm doing this. So, got my extra butter right here. This is my everyday butter. I'm going to just take a little bit like this and spread it around in my pan. And if anybody has any questions, I'm really going to watch and see if I can answer the questions. I see some people here, and I love your comments. Thank you so much. Oh, and I love you all. I love you all. What do we do if we don't have peanut buttress? Okay, peanut butter, I think, is what that comment is. Okay, well, guess what? Here's the thing. When I was researching and discovered this recipe about 3 weeks ago, it called for peanut butter, and I was like, darn it, I don't have peanut butter on hand. And I actually don't keep peanut butter on hand very often because I always have peanuts on hand. And so what I can do is, see, look at this huge, I love peanuts. I use them for so many different things. I make a lot of different recipes with peanuts. So I could have made peanut butter, but I said to myself, I don't feel like making peanut butter either. So let's just go with this. And I'm going to make a variation. And my first variation was adding peanuts. Now, the first time I made the recipe, which you see in the photo that brought you here to the live, I didn't even chop the peanuts. But the second time I did the recipe, I chopped the peanuts. So, long way around answering that question. If you don't have peanut butter, no problem. Grab some peanuts. If you don't have peanuts or you have peanut allergies, almonds, walnuts, Brazil nuts, cashews, pistachios, they're all great with bananas. So play and have fun. All right, let me open my cocoa powder. Okay, so I'm using, what did I have in my cupboard here? Dagoba. But it really doesn't matter. I work with Ghirardelli. I work with, I hope you can hear over Buddy. He's decided there's a squirrel on my patio. And anyway, I could scream at him like I normally do, but I'm going to be polite and just ignore it, and I hope you guys can too. Oh, okay. My peanut gallery is coming to my rescue. Thank you. Thank you, Mark. Anyway, so I put my cocoa powder in, and I'm just going to tap and get it moving around. I like to do it, I hope you guys can hear me well, but I like to do it over the sink so that I don't get the whole place a complete cocoa mess or flour, whatever I'm using. I'm going to put just a teeny bit more in there. It says a tablespoon in the recipe, but I'm just using this little spoon, so it's really not part of the recipe. It's really just for the pan. So just when your pan's coated, shake out the rest. Okay. See? So there we go. So that's the pan. It's all ready. And I believe the next step here is mashing bananas. So I've got 2 bananas here. The recipe calls for 2 bananas, so grab 2 bananas. And I'm going to get a bowl. I use one of my glass bowls so that you all out there can really see what I'm doing, but super easy. Just going to peel the bananas, throw them in, use the 2 ripest ones I have. I have gone through so many bananas this week. I don't know about you guys. Buddy. Wow. I don't know what's going on, but he's going crazy today.
Hey, honey, it's not big.
All right, so now I'm going to mash these bananas. Okay, so the thing about ripe bananas, they mash so much easier than a banana that's fresher and greener. These are not as ripe as the ones that I first worked with, so they're, they need a little bit of massaging to get through, but no big deal. It was funny. I normally can get really day-old bananas, and I will buy them, especially if I'm baking, but because the grocery stores have been going through their supplies so quickly, it's really, you have to make your own brown bananas if you want them. You really just can't pick them off the store. And while I was looking at bananas and things like that, I want to tell you I came across this really interesting tip for how to brown your bananas instantly. Now, I haven't done it, but I may, if I need bananas for a recipe in the future. They say to take your banana, that is, your fresh banana, and in its skin, put it in your oven on a foil-lined sheet that is heated to 300 degrees. And then let them stay in the oven until they are completely brown. And that usually takes like 15 to 20 minutes. Pull them out. And when they've cooled off a little bit, you've got, voila, instant brown bananas. Yeah, so isn't that cool?
Brown bananas.
Woo, brown bananas. Can I hear it from the background? Brown bananas. Yeah. Okay. So there's my bananas, and my next thing I'm going to do is add the sugar and my melted butter. And so the recipe calls for 1 cup of sugar, so I've got that here. I'm just going to pour it right here. And let's see. I had a comment, but I'm going to let that go. Let's see if there's anything else I need to. Hi, everyone. Thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate you guys being here with me this morning. Okay, my melted butter. So you can do it in a microwave. You can do it in a pan. When I was prepping and everything this morning, I turned my oven on an hour and a half or so ago, and I just put my half a stick of butter, which is a half a cup of butter, into my little Pyrex dish, and it's melted all on its own. So I'm going to pour that in there. And what was that third ingredient? I believe I said vanilla. That's right. So 1 teaspoon of vanilla. If you don't have, here's another improv. Sometimes people don't have vanilla on hand, vanilla extract, but maybe you have like some vanilla powder or even almond. Especially if you're using almonds as your nut substitute, go ahead and give it a try and add almond extract. I think it'll work just fine. Okay, so once I have all those things, I'm gonna whisk it a little bit. Can y'all see that? I'm gonna hold the bowl up. So it's, the butter and the banana and the sugar really give a nice emulsification, and along with adding the flour and everything, are going to make a really nice body to the brown here. So there we go, easy, done. Now it's time to add my flour and my cocoa powder and my salt. So I think it's 3/4. Let me double check while I'm saying it. Yeah, 3/4 of a cup of flour. So let me get my flour out here. Now, I want to tell you something about flour when you're using it for baking. I was taught to always tamp down my cup, and then level it off at the top. But what I've learned so much over the years is you want your flour to be light and airy. So fill it up. Make sure, shake it so that you have it at the top like that. But don't tamp it down, because that makes your cakes or brownies or whatever you're baking just a little less airy and flat. There's 2, and then, all right, 3 of those. And then I kicked up the cocoa powder, so I'm using 1/3 of a cup of cocoa powder. Oh, I hate that it doesn't fit, but that's okay. We'll pour it out. I love you too. I keep seeing all these I love yous, and I have friends who've tuned in from all over the world. I see 2 friends from France, got friends in San Diego. Anyway, thank you guys so much. This is my first time doing this Facebook Live, so I hope you're enjoying it. And it's moving along. And if you have, you're doing this along with me, especially if you have kids, this is a great recipe to do with your kids who are at home, or even educators out there. This might be something that would be a fun way to incorporate some activity into the learning. I don't know if it's possible because I'm not an educator, but my friends who are teachers will let me know. And I think a cooking class the kids would just love it. I know they're all cooking more at home with their parents, but it's fun to watch somebody else do it too. Okay, so I've got a little bit more than 1/3 of a cup here, but you know what? As the cocoa, it just makes it a little bit more chocolatey, so that's no problem. Then the last thing that I put in at this point is my salt. Now, I love my black Hawaiian salt that I have on the website. It's really rich in mineral content. Look at how it's beautiful too. Look at how black that is. It's awesome. And
wait, you sell it on the website?
Yes, Peanut Gallery. We do have a website.
And you sell the salt?
I do. I sell the salt, but I haven't been pitching. I'm cooking. So anyway, I'm going to take a commercial break here, and I'll do a pitch. Seeing my Peanut Gallery, who I love so much, has said, "Oh, we have a website." You know what we do? We sell jams, seasonings, salts, and teas, and make many different gifts and gift baskets. So I hope that you'll visit me at sleepersgourmet.com, because we have put everything on our website until further notice, until we're all back to whatever normal is going to be. It's all 20% off, but that is not, in my opinion, the most important thing that we're trying to do at this time. Y'all know that we're a small company, but we've always had a strong arm of giving back to our community and reach out farther than our community. We've always believed the world is our community. And that said, just in a second, please, that said, $1 of every $10 sale is going to be donated to the World Central Kitchen, which is the charitable organization that was started by Chef Jose Andre. He's very famous. If you've been to LA, he's got restaurants, Vegas, he's got restaurants, New York, but this guy rocks. And all of the chefs unite. I am hopefully be volunteering soon and helping make meals. But what he does, he's helped with tornadoes. He was in Nashville a few weeks ago. He helped with the Princess Cruise in Oakland. He's been door to door delivering meals around the boroughs of New York, and they're setting up in LA. So that's where we hope we're going to be able to help. He's helped with fires. I mean, I could go on about this guy. You can read more about him. Just go to World Central Kitchen. But please shop. Take advantage of our 20% off, and know that of that, we're trying to give back too. So anyway, back to my mixing here, and I have a question. Mark, what did you want to say? Do I have?
Oh, I had a message from John Short.
Yeah.
Because he can't figure out how to comment on the live feed. He wants to know what kind of cocoa powder do you use.
Oh, okay. Yeah, he might have tuned in a little bit late. So today, John, hey, up in Seattle, this is one of our friends. It's so nice that you stopped in. I'm using Dacoba. Now, in my cupboard, I also have typical Hershey's cocoa. And in California, I often use Ghirardelli. I will say that my chocolate chips are Ghirardelli, and I love their flavor. I think it's great for everyday baking. But this Dacoba, I want to say that it is made by, I don't know who it's made by. This company was an independent company, and I know from my trade shows it was absorbed by a bigger chocolate conglomerate. It's still a specialty product, but I believe they were absorbed by Hershey, but, you know, don't quote me. Anyway, Dacoba, John. But use your Hershey's, or use your Ghirardelli, or use your Scharfenbergers, or when I'm really trying to be fancy, I will use Valrhona. It is from France, and I'm not saying this because I have friends in France and they're watching, but Valrhona chocolates is truly one of my favorite to add to desserts.
I'm sure it says thank you.
You're welcome, John. All right, so I'm almost done with my incorporating of my chocolate in here. And you can see, like, we've got like some little bits of the banana, and
do you have to get it like completely mixed, or is it?
You know what? You don't, because see, that's the lovely thing about these. And if you love brownies like me, if you love brownies like me, you might like them chunky, which is what I love. I love chunks in my brownies, so I always add nuts. I always add chocolate chips. Sometimes I'll swirl jam. So many variations, but this recipe today is very specific because of the bananas. So you need to really watch your wet, and you don't want to add too much wetness to this. All right, so got all that off. Now I'm going to fold in my half a cup of chocolate chips. And like I said, they're Ghirardelli. They're the large chocolate chips. Look at these things. They're so big. Yum. And you might have missed this, but I said the first time that I made this recipe, and you can see it in the photo, I used whole peanuts. I just poured them in. I don't know what I was thinking, but anyway, we loved it because we made a dessert where we put ice cream on top, and it was like you had these big pieces of peanuts and then the banana and the ice cream, and anyway, so good. But the last two times I've chopped, and I think it's nice too. All right, here on my little handy dandy wooden spoon now, and see, it's so easy. Like this is it. All right. Tell Mark to go walk Buddy. Hey, Mark. Comments from our Facebook Live. They're saying you should go walk Buddy.
Hey, honey, she posted that when he was barking.
Oh, when he was barking. Okay, see, I'm slow. Sorry, Chris. Hi, Chris. Okay, so I'm getting this into my pan, and once it's all in there, I'm going to show it to you. Spread it all out. And, I debated doing 2 batches of these and doing that television show thing where you put one in the oven and then you have one available. Oh, thank you so much. Then you have one to show. But you know what? I've made this recipe. This is my 3rd time making it in 2.5 weeks because it's so good. We love it so much. And I didn't make them in advance. So if you're joining along with me here and, you don't want to wait or you don't have questions about other things, then you won't actually see the finished product here. But if you stick around for the 30-minute bake time, you'll see it. And I'm going to judge that if I'm going to do that based on the, the response, because I might be able to, once I get these in the oven, answer some questions. Okay. All right, so just spreading it out. Anybody who's made brownies, you just get it really into the corner of your pan and make sure it's even. And here we go. There we have it. Okay, so now I'm going to actually, well, oh, he moved it again. Okay, so there you see it. All right, so now I'm going to put it in the oven. And the recipe says that, the recipe says that it bakes for 25 to 30 minutes. So I'm going to put my timer on for 25 minutes and then see what happens. You know, as if enough things aren't going on in the world, and we bake all so often. And I'm not really a big microwave user. If I'm heating up leftovers or, you know, doing most cooking, I don't use a microwave. But the thing that I love about my microwave is it's my timer. And about 10 days ago, the whole panel just died out. And we're just like, we're going to just put that on the list, the pandemic post list, because we're not going to deal with that yet. But anyway, my daughter, Lydia, got me. I'm really a fan of ladybugs. That's why if you see me online, like on Instagram or Twitter or any place else, you'll see me at LA Bug Lady. And it's a name I came up with like 20 years ago. And it's my variation on ladybugs, because that's my nickname for her. And so I collect ladybugs, and so I have them all around. So here's this one. So that's the recipe. It's in the oven, and my aunt just tuned in, and it's so funny. She just asked how many more bags of chocolate left. This is, I'm going to show you guys a secret, because we're in my kitchen, and I told you we shop at Ralph's, and we love Ralph's. It's like the bomb. But you got to see this. This is hilarious. She says, how many more bags of chocolate do you have left? Well, Mark always catches, he loves to do our grocery shopping, and he always catches a deal. So just, you know, before all this happened, and I would know that I would need to be baking more, he got a deal on Ghirardelli chocolate. So just keep watching, and you'll know that I'm going to be making chocolate chip cookies. I'll make more breads. I'm going to make a cake. You can melt these down and use with other things. But anyway, this was an awesome deal. These are like $1.69, which these are usually like $10 bags of chocolate. So anyway, that's getting the inside scoop there. And then, let's see who's calling. Yeah. All right. So yeah, lots of chocolate. And okay, somebody else is asking again about my pan. Okay, Chris. Hi, Chris. When you're doing brownies, you're typically called for a 9x9 square, and it's usually, I think that's like 2 or 3 inches deep. As I showed everyone when I started and did my recipe, my pan is basically 9x11. It's a Pyrex that I've had for about 30 years. So it works just as well. My brownies are maybe not as tall, but they're perfect. They still will puff up a good 1.5 inches. So it's fine for me. I hope that answers your question, Chris. I got somebody else here that says, where is the recipe? Oh, okay, great. So I said this early too. And Jen, hi, thanks for asking that question. I've posted the recipe on my website. So go to sleepersgourmet.com and go under the blog and look for Nutty Banana Brownies. And you'll find the recipe there. And then once I'm done live, I'll share it here on the page to make it easier for everyone to find it there too. I missed the beginning. Oh, yeah. No, Chris, that's the joke. I already made banana bread. I made lots of banana bread. I made variations on banana bread. I used almonds. I used walnuts. I added chocolate chips, coconut. And I found this recipe, and I've made the variations on it. So variation is that I'm using chopped peanuts as opposed to peanut butter.
Okay, peanut gallery.
Oh my God! Hi! Hi, everyone!
This just our
Hi, Chrissy. Oh my gosh, sorry. So I've got live going on the live, so it's really fun here.
Gallery.
I've got another peanut gallery. Are you guys all out there? Oh my God, mwah, mwah. Thank you so much for being here, and I hope you guys are having fun making the recipe.
The most important thing is you are loved. You're a great fucking cook.
Thank
and
you.
I love everything about you.
Oh, thank you. Thank you so much. I really appreciate everybody who's here. And anyway, I love you all. And, you know, during this time where we're all away from each other, I have found that I have spent more time on the phone and on FaceTime and used Zoom, and it's been so great. I've reconnected with people who I haven't talked to in a long time, and I've spent more time talking to the people that I talk to almost every day. So you know who you are, and I really love that. Have you made the brownies gluten-free? Chris, you may not have heard me say, but this is the third time I've made the recipe, and I will show you what I'm going to do next time, and I think it's going to be fine. Hold on. I've got this organic coconut flour, and I believe that because the flour in this recipe is only 3/4 of a cup, I will be able to swap it out evenly. And I might, just to make sure that my lift, like I do in regular flour, I might add a teeny bit of baking powder. But if I do, I'll post that variation on the blog recipe. Okay, is that good? Hope so.
You don't do coconut flour? You don't do coconut flour.
Oh my goodness. Well, that's what I have on hand, Chris. So you know what? What can I say? Use the almond flour. Use the other gluten-free flours. That's just the one I have on hand. So I'm excited to use it because honestly, I really love coconut. I made a cake about I guess that was about 3.5 weeks ago now. And I used one of my jams. I was playing around with my guava love jam, so I wanted to do a filling. Sidebar, you probably don't know, and or maybe you're not into it, but I love the British Baking Show, and they do so much with jams and fillings and creme patisseries and creams. And I wanted to do a variation on that, but give it a definitely a California slant. And I made this coconut cake with a guava filling, and anyway, it was so good. So I picked up this organic coconut flour to play around with and do some gluten-free things. Let's see what else I might.
You're at 38 minutes.
38 minutes, and I've been talking to you guys for 38 minutes, and I've got 20 more minutes on my recipe. So are you getting bored yet? You can tell me, and if you want to go, or if you want to ask me any questions, I'm able, now that I'm not mixing and whatnot, to talk about any cooking recipes, to talk about any baking recipes, to offer dinner suggestions, whatever you like. I, in addition to you know, being a co-founder here at Sleepers Gourmet and having a passion for cooking, I'm also a master food preserver, and I've taught many classes around Los Angeles, and culinary historian, and I've spoken on many historical food topics, and I am on the staff and very proud to represent the Pacific Food and Beverage Museum and the Museum of American Cocktail, which are truly extraordinary organizations that do outreach and education of all food topics. And I'm really looking forward to being able to get back out and do some lectures. I had 2 lectures canceled this month, and most things are being rescheduled for later in the year because these get booked so far in advance. So anyway, I might be doing a lot more live, and we're looking to do some lives with the museum. So if you have any questions, let's see what I got here that I might have missed. I hate bananas, but I love Sleepers Gourmet. I love that you said that. And I love that you were honest because you know what? Bananas are not for everyone.
Who said that?
Who said that? I'm not going to repeat their name. Let's see what we have here. Okay.
Everybody can see all the comments.
Oh, everybody can see all the comments.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Did I mention this was my first time? Well, it's my first time. So, anyway, anyone got questions? Let's see. I've got this. Okay. So someone asked about variations, other variations. And I mentioned that this recipe was born for me when I didn't have peanut butter. Now, I could have easily made peanut butter. Peanut butter is easy to make. You just take a cup of peanuts, you put them in your food processor, and add like maybe a tablespoon of oil to get it to the smooth consistency that you like. I like crunchy, so a little bit less oil. But anyway, back to variations. So, what do you have on hand? Well, it will really depend upon what kind of baker you are. So, I added chocolate chips, but if you have white chocolate or white chocolate chips, add those. If you don't want to have the extra chocolate, don't add that. I used peanuts because I think peanuts and peanut butter and bananas are just an excellent combination. I love to do a peanut butter, banana, and banana bam jam sandwich. I'll, take like a sourdough and butter it on both sides. And then I do this grilled banana sandwich. Oh, look, there's my peanut gallery.
We just want to thank Buddy for being such a good, patient production assistant today. It is now whatever time it is because it's not on the microwave. And he hasn't had his walk
Yeah, we
yet.
don't know.
So I'm going to take him now. Thanks, guys, for coming in to the kitchen this morning. And we're just going to let Christina finish up, unless she's still home when we get back.
All righty.
Say bye,
Have a good walk out there.
Bye, Buddy.
It's our big excitement these days. Buddy's our granddad.
We're allowed to walk.
And we're allowed to walk with Buddy or on our own. So it's like we have a pass to go out more often with Buddy. People are saying hi, Buddy. Okay. Oh, okay. Here's another question. Okay, so my peanut gallery is just walking out the door, so I'm going to get to the questions. What is simple syrup? Simple syrup is an excellent ingredient to have in your kitchen for many things, from mixing cocktails to adding to iced tea, to using in baked goods. Sometimes with a cake, I will flavor my simple syrup and I'll brush it on the cake to just give it that moist, rich flavor. But simple syrup is basically 1 cup sugar, 1 cup water, and you melt it in a small little saucepan and let it cool and then refrigerate it. It'll keep for a couple weeks. Sometimes you may notice that it does go bad after a few weeks, depending on how often you use it. But it is so great. It's a great ingredient and it's super easy to improvise with. Sometimes I'll make a lemon simple syrup. Let's see what I have on hand right now. I'm moving my fridge. Don't look too close though, because it's a mess. I just used a couple of them. I actually had a lemon simple syrup, and I also had a mint rose simple syrup. So what I did was I actually made a simple syrup and added a little bit of my jam to my freshly minted rose jam to make a syrup. And I used it for another baked project. That was probably like 2 months ago now, or 2 years ago, however you feel about your self-isolation at this time. Annexing. Show us your jams. I don't know what annexing is, but okay, here I'll start. I have one little jam right here because this is the one that I used when we took the brownies and we added ice cream. So I call this Banana Bam, and it's really one of my favorites. And anyway, it's made with bananas and pineapple. and it is so good on Sundays. It's so good on bread. It's I often use it to add to, like, say, an icing, to give my icing a little bit of a nice flavor. And yeah, so there's that. Let's see what I have. I got a cupboard here so I can see what I might have on hand. Here's another favorite of people's. And I have a recipe that uses this one on the blog too. So here's my jalapeno madness. And it is sweet and a little bit of heat. So it is so good on everything from like in Mexican dishes. Sometimes we'll just warm up a little bit of it and we'll drizzle it with our salsa. We've glazed chicken and shrimp with it, but a recipe that we have on our website is for a brie and crude, and it's so easy to make. So if you're at home and you're getting tired of just eating cheese and crackers, the next time you go out to a grocery store, pick up a, well, I have it here because I'm going to be making it later. Hold on. Pick up some crescent dinner rolls and a wheel of brie and some jam. That's really the whole recipe. And make the brie and crude. You'll be able to see some examples on our website. Let's make a drink together. Chrissy, what kind of suggestion for a drink? I'm not really set up. You know, I do a lot of bartending with the Museum of American Cocktail. When I go out and as part of staff, I host our table and I make original recipe cocktail punches. And I love it because I actually was a bartender for years, and it's just so much fun. And I've done so many different variations on things, but I'm drinking coffee right now, and I've got my coffee right back here, so I can make another cup of coffee. I can't get to my alcohols right now because of the way I have things set up, but I will tell you that the coffee's not bad. Let's see, somebody else is commenting here. No, stay on this page. Whoops. I don't see the new comment, but maybe I'll see it in a minute. Hold on a second, I'm getting a phone call. Hello? Hello? Hi. So I'm answering the phone while I'm talking live, and do you have a question? It's one of my friends. Okay. I'm listening. Oh, thank you. And okay, well, I'll try to figure that out, and I will be back with you. Bye. Okay, so let's see where I'm at on my timer. So I'm down to 10 minutes. Can you guys hang for another 10 minutes? Do you have some questions? I just got this, I just see on my questions here, my peanut gallery said, what about champagne? You know what? Champagne is it's that time of day. You know, during these times, I found that cocktail hour can be any hour. And anyway, and champagne is excellent on Saturdays. So I'm going to open this up, and I'm going to show you a variation on a champagne cocktail. I've actually done this variation at one of my local stores, which I actually think I saw someone from the store on this feed. And anyway, it's called Venice Vintage, and they have the most eclectic, wonderful collection of vintage items. Now, where is the little pole here? I've never struggled with this, but anyway, let me get my open it here. But anyway, they have the most amazing collection of vintage finds that you will find anywhere in the world. And they're right in Venice, California, beautiful Venice. And if you're looking for something unusual, you may just find it there. All right. Do you all know that when you untwist a champagne cork, you only have to do it 6 times to get it completely, the cage completely undone? It's a true story. Give it a try. You got champagne on hand? Go ahead and open some up. This one was just like so weird today. Oh, here we go. There we go. Okay. I'm going to get a champagne glass. I'm having Mom's Napa. Not bad, eh? And got a champagne flute up here. Now, for a classic champagne cocktail, this is what you do. You need a lemon, you need some bitters, and you need some champagne. You need just a teeny bit of sugar. It's best if you have a little lump of sugar, like a sugar cube. But if you don't have a sugar cube, you can use like a nice brown, like Diaz-Mora sugar, or you can use you can just use your regular sugar. But you make a nice little twist. When you're pulling your skin off of your lemon, make sure when you're making your peel that you are cutting it as close to the peel as possible, leaving the pith behind, because the pith is what's bitter and the oil and flavor is really in the skin. So see how far I can go. See if my old bartending skills come into handy. Okay, that's not bad. All right, so let me go ahead. I have some brown sugar here. Got a little thing of it. I'm gonna add, I don't want it to be too sweet. I'm gonna add just a teeny bit, like maybe 1/4 of a teaspoon. And hold on a second, let me grab my bitters. Well, the bitters are so hard to get to, but you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to improvise. They're too hard to get to because I have a U-shaped kitchen, so I got this table set up to help me with talking to you all. But anyway, I have a little special thing that I made. I'm always making fun gifts and food gifts, and for the holidays this past year, I made a peach brandy. I actually made it last summer, but I shared it with friends and family during the holiday season. So peach brandy is going to be my substitute for bitters. It's not going to be the same. It's actually going to make this more like a Bellini, I guess. But anyway, and you may cut out your sugar if you want, but I already have it in there and couldn't get to what I needed. So I'm going to add my peach brandy. And then let me let that settle before I show you. Now what you do to release the oil from your twist, you just take it with both hands and you twist. And then you go around the rim of your glass so that you get a little bit of that lovely lemon oil taste in each drink. And cheers. So there's my improvise of a classic champagne cocktail, which on the fly I turned into a modified Bellini with my own homemade peach brandy. So cheers. Now I'm going to check on my brownies, see how they're doing, because they're getting into that 25 to 30 minute time. So I'm going to see where I'm at here. Maybe they'll be close to done. Nope, they're still a little gooey inside. You can see that. So they're going to easily be in there for another 7 minutes or so. My timer says, I set my timer for 25 minutes. My timer says 3 minutes, so I'm going to add another 5 minutes there. All right. So, any more questions? Or do you want to say goodbye? Tell me if you want to say goodbye, and I'll say goodbye. Notice that these live FaceTimes and live with Facebook, they can go on a little bit longer and just be a little bit more open to questions and things like that, because we're all at home. Most of us, 90% of us, are at home. And so we have a little bit more time on our hands. So that is where we're at here. If you are just tuning in and you did not get the information on the recipe, you didn't see me put it in the oven, all you need to do is go to my blog at sleepersgourmet.com, and in the search button, just put in Nutty Banana Brownies, and you'll find that there. I want to also say again, while you're at the website, you'll notice that all of our products are 20% off, and we are going to leave it this way until further notice. And we really appreciate any orders that anyone makes. Our product is safe. It's actually here in the home, so it's not off warehoused anywhere. So it's actually safe here, and really appreciate any orders that you might have. You take 20% off. But the other thing that I want to mention that we're doing is we're giving $1 of every $10 order to the World Central Kitchen, which is the charity that was started by Chef Jose Andre. And he is an amazing chef and an even more incredible humanitarian. He has done so much over the last 5-7 years since he started his charity to give to people all over the globe, not just in the United States. He was in Australia last fall for their horrific wildfire season. He was in Puerto Rico, and in fact, he has a team that's on hand in Puerto Rico all the time because Puerto Rico is not better. He was in Nashville a month ago when they were hit out of the blue with a horrific tornado. He currently has chefs and his team on the ground in the boroughs of New York City hand delivering meals that are fresh and healthy and amazing to people who can't get out, and he's helping there. He fed over 1,000 meals, I don't know how many times a day, to the Diamond Princess cruise ship that was docked in Oakland in March, and he's setting up here in California, and I hope to be able to volunteer with him. So I just want to say that because it's really something that's so important with Sleepers. We've been growing our business for 10 years, and while it's important for us to make money and grow, it's always been important for us to give back. And it's really like that's our right. We're all left-handed, so I'll say our right hand is our giving hand. And I appreciate anybody going to the website, buying anything that sounds delicious to you, from jams to teas to seasonings, salts, whatever sounds good. And, we'll ship it out to you. If you're in Los Angeles, if you're in the greater LA area, we will deliver free locally. So you can buy anything you want in LA, and we'll deliver it for free. We're doing our best to cap our shipping that's going nationally. So if you notice the shipping may seem too high, let us know. We're a small company. We can do what we can to adjust it. So anyway, that's the little commercial that you stuck through. So tell me what you're drinking out there. Did anybody else make a champagne cocktail? I can't see if you did. I have to say, this peach brandy is really good. This is my first time making this recipe. I've been making liqueurs for years, and as I mentioned, I do, I'm always making something. I've been making jams for more than 25 years, but this peach brandy is so rich and so delicious. I can just imagine adding it to like a bourbon old fashioned. What do you guys think? I think that that might be a really good riff on a recipe. I don't know if Philip's out there, but Philip, that's what I'm thinking of my head here. Uh-oh, something went wrong. Let me see. Shoot. Am I there? Do you guys see me out there? God, I'm at an hour, and so many of you have stuck around, and I really appreciate it. I'm going to check my Hannah brownies again. I think one more minute, and we are good.
Smells like brownies.
Yay. They're almost done.
I know. I can smell.
I mean, gosh, honestly, I have to thank you guys. This is my very first Facebook Live. I'm at 1 hour and 1 minute, and it's been, wacky with the dog and everything else. But
it's home.
Well, it's home, right? That's what Mark just said. It's home. So, we're not trying to make this perfect or anything like that. Buddy is coming and looking for his cookies because he always gets cookies after he takes a walk. So I might have to give him his cookie. So, while I give this minute up here, buddy, here you go. Here you go. Yeah. So Buddy got his cookie. So now we're all good. I'll make Mark a little champagne cocktail, and I think we're having champagne and brownies for lunch. How does that sound, guys? Okay. It's been a minute. Ooh, I'm going to hear my buzzer. Yeah, it's going to go off. It's like right there. Oh, okay. I thought I'd catch it. Okay, cool. Let me see. Oh, perfect. All right. Let me show you these. And, okay. So here we have them. These are the Nutty Banana Brownies. They're all done. And now they need to sit and cool. So they're going to cool here for a good hour or so. And
they are squishy when they're hot.
Yeah, they're too squishy. So even though you want to eat them right away, don't do it because it's really moist. In these times, sure, have a spoonful from the corner. I think that table manners are very subjective right now, right? Am I right? So yeah, if you can't wait, don't burn your tongues. Don't blame me if you do. And yeah, enjoy them. So please check back. We'll share this live for those of you who missed it, and add some comments and pictures. Please show me your pictures. Please show me how you ate them. Like, did you just have a cup of tea? Did you have a champagne cocktail like me? Did you put them under ice cream? Did you share them with a neighbor who can't get out? It's safe to share them if you just pack them up nicely and leave them on their doorstep. Do that. Make a double batch next time. But I just want to say cheers to you all out there for supporting us at Sleepers. And I thank you so much for being here. I love all of you, and you know that. And look for my next Going Bananas episode, maybe next Saturday or maybe sooner. So bye for now.